Gemini, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start here with your current energy and just see what is happening in your world. What do you need to focus on? Your past? Your strength? Near future? What else do you need to know? What else is influencing this? Hopes or fears? And your potential outcome. So Gemini, you're showing up at the bottom of the deck here. So the Lover's card coming through, but I'm getting a conflict here in this energy. It's the duality side of your nature. I'm trying to find the right way to articulate exactly what it is that I'm feeling. You're almost kind of in between two worlds. There's some sort of getting an ending and a new beginning, but you're kind of in between both. And there's a lot of blurred energy coming through. Very clearly, dark, light, old, new, very, very clear. Okay, so let's dive in and see what is coming through in the reading. And so right away in your current energy, I have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands, it feels like you're standing up for yourself. You're fighting for something here that you really want. I'm getting at the Ace of Swords, something where you have a lot of clarity. So whatever the situation is, you're very clear. This is what I want. This is the direction that I'm going to go. And with that Seven of Wands, it doesn't feel like you're going to let anybody get you off course. You're really going to fight for what you want here. Standing up for yourself feels really significant. When I look at what you need to focus on, I'm getting the Magician energy. And so the Magician's about manifesting goals and dreams. So really kind of be in that space. Think through what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Have a plan, kind of grounded in reality. Here's the energy I was picking up with the Lovers. It's actually showing up here, Scorpio energy. So in the past, I am getting the Death card. It's endings and new beginnings. So something here did end, and that end is that Seven of Wands. You're fighting for your future. You're fighting to put the past behind you. You're very clear. You're at this kind of, it's almost like a crossroads or a pivot point of some sort, and you're trying to move forward. Showing up in your strength is the Moon card. And so the Moon is, I just got manifesting. So yes, to an extent, because the Moon is your emotions and it's your intuition and feelings and all of that. So there's something here. It's manifesting from the heart is how the energy is coming through. Prioritizing your emotions is going to be really significant as you move forward in this new chapter. Ace of Wands is showing up here in the near future. So you're taking some sort of action. And I have two of the four aces showing up with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. When I look at how the universe is shaping the situation, I'm getting the Hermit here with the Seven of Swords. So the Hermit's a lot of internal reflection, healing. Seven of Swords, it could be about the past. If there was some sort of truth that was revealed or something where you became aware of the actual circumstances, caused a lot of internal reflection with that Virgo and a lot of internal healing. This is what you're doing. Something happened here. It came to light in the past. You weren't aware of it exactly when it happened, but you became aware of it at some point after the fact. And when you did, and you started understanding the entire situation, it changed something within you. It changed the entire dynamics of the connection or the situation. And you said, you know what? I need a kind of be on my own for a minute, Hermit energy, take a step back, really focus on myself, focus on what I need to do in order to move forward. And that's where you are right now. And so if the past is still trying to pull you back in some sort of way, that's where you're resisting and you're fighting for what you want here. It's because you do have the clarity, the Ace of Swords versus the Seven of Swords. You know the truth. And so this is what you're doing. You're going to move forward. You're not interested in the past here at all. Showing up in your hopes or fears is the Judgment card. And this is a very clear resurrection and decision on your part to move forward. Not let whatever happened here, whatever this Seven of Swords, it could have been a lie, manipulation, deceit, could even have been some sort of secret here. Whether or not the person intended to keep something from you, I'm not picking up energy one way or the other. So their intentions are not clear. But regardless, the facts are now known and you know exactly what it is that you want to do and the direction that you want to go. And so that Ace of Wands showing up here in the near future is you taking action based on this information, you wanting to pursue what you know to be in your best interest. And this is where it leads you to the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, a lot of growth and prosperity. So a positive turn of events, things falling into place. I'm getting a lot of divine timing and that kind of all the puzzle pieces fitting together with the Wheel of Fortune. So let's dig in and get more details. Tell me about the Seven of Wands with the Ace of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles, long-term stability. You're focused on something here long-term, whether it's a specific relationship with that Lover's card. That could be the case here because the Ten of Pentacles is a card of family. It's one of the marriage cards in tarot. And so if you're focused on having a future, there might have been somebody where you were trying to build a future with this person, or you were interested in building some sort of future with this person, and you aren't seeing things clearly with that Seven of Swords. But now you are. So tell me about that Magician. Tower, sudden shakeup, sudden awareness, a change in the circumstances here. So with the Magician and the Tower, any modifications you need to make to your dreams, make them. Focus on what it is that you're trying to call down into reality, but create a very stable environment for it. The Tower shows up when something doesn't belong on our path or it's just not stable itself. And so really it's the stability that's coming through pretty loud and clear. Whatever it is that you want to build from a future standpoint, create a solid foundation first and then build from there. Tell me about the Death card in the past. Queen of Swords, male or female, it's just the energy of the card. So the Queen of Swords is the clarity that you were able to get. Somehow the truth became known. I'm not getting a lot of information on how you found out about the truth or how it really came to light here, but it did spark some sort of change. An internal change for you, but a change nonetheless. And so you're entering into a new phase, one where it feels like you're just very determined to do exactly what you want, to manifest exactly what you want here. Tell me about the Moon. The Sun. So the Sun and the Moon, because I was getting manifesting from your emotional place, from what your heart desires. And now I'm getting the Sun here. And so it really is bringing it to life. It's bringing it out in the open, everything here from an emotion standpoint. There's something, we are about to have a new moon, but it's in the sign of Cancer. So it's connected to your emotions. What else do you need to know about your strength here? Five of Wands. And so any kind of obstacles and challenges are coming to light. And what you're aware of now is what caused them, what you need to do to overcome them. Emotionally, any kind of blocks or barriers that existed to the future that you want, to the stability and everything that you're trying to accomplish for yourself. So ultimately, that life that you want to live, that you're building for yourself, you're recognizing all the flaws. You're recognizing what here needs to shift and change so that you can have that stability going forward. And so with that Tower showing up here, because these two are heavily connected, that Tower showing up and removing or destroying some sort of structure is because it wasn't built on a solid foundation. And so your strength here is in recognizing not just the flaws in the structure, but what you need to do to fix them. Because there's an emotional element to this that feels like it was missing in whatever was built previously. Tell me about that Ace of Wands. Two of Wands, being able to see that potential way off into the distance. And so this is where you're taking action against your goals. That's exactly what you're doing. Now that the debris is gone, you're recognizing the challenges, you're seeing the truth, the Tower's intervened. Now, when you're able to see things more clearly, that's the direction that you want to go. And I like the Ace of Wands because you are taking some sort of initiative, moving in that direction. Let's get that Seven of Swords here. Let's see if we can get more information on this. Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, it feels like you were curious about something. I'm getting a lot of follow-up questions. So somebody said something, and when you started piecing things together, or it was the way somebody spoke, and you started going, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't seem right to me. I'm going to have to dig into this a little bit deeper. It's when you started asking questions that you actually got to the heart of the matter and started to really learn what the truth was and just what that meant for you as well. Tell me about the Hermit. Chariot, Cancer energy. So the Virgo energy, the Cancer energy, as you kind of went into this period of reflection and healing, if you needed to heal, the Chariot showing up indicating some sort of success or victory in working through that. And so it's giving you this kind of a momentum to really say, you know what, I deserve better, I want better, and I'm going to have better. And that's the direction that I'm going to go. Tell me about the Judgment card. King of Swords. Very clear, very, very clear mind here with that Judgment. You know exactly what it is that you're doing. You know exactly how to rebuild. And that's it. That's what you're doing. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is standing at a crossroads. You don't need to do anything else. The universe is kind of picking up from here. Tell me more about that Two of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. Seven of Swords is showing up. And the Lovers is showing up here. So something here is kind of being corrected. There's some sort of course correction that's taking place in your potential outcome. And what the universe is doing is it's really kind of not a real pause, because I'm not getting the Hanged Man, I'm not getting the Three of Wands. It's more of, you don't need to make any other decisions at this time. You can just stay still. We're kind of fixing something here behind the scenes. It's a very interesting layout of cards because it's a combination of the cards that are already out here. So I do have that Wheel of Fortune being clarified by that Two of Swords, but then it's the Seven of Swords with the Lovers. And so you've made all of the choices. You have this very clear vision on what you want your future to look like. And so the universe is orchestrating it behind the scenes. So when that happens, there isn't going to be any action that you need to take. There's no additional decisions that need to be made by you. Not at that time. So Gemini, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.